Okay, ready, go. Okay, ready, go. So initially you are shifting away. So as you start the backswing, shifting away, but your right knee is flexed like this. You're staying there. Your whole body is actually going down in the backswing. So at this position here, you're in this position here. So you're going down during the backswing. And then from here, the downswing is just pretty much your arm motion here, upper body motion here. And then when we look at the down the line view, during the backswing again, you're going down. And then see how much crossover you have here. The club is pointing that way, not this way here. So from here, you try to just use your arm and try to hit the ball. And because you started from here, if the club goes this way, you keep hitting the ball to the right. Or if you want to hit this way, then you have to intentionally turn this way quite a bit. Okay? And then see how high the club head goes here. So as you, from the crossover position, when you start the downswing, the club head goes high up here, leaving away from your body early on. That's the speed killer. With your body size, your muscles, if you hit the ball about what, 225, 230 yards most, something is very wrong, right? Here, and as you start the downswing, just standing up and then pull the club so the club head is going high up. So this is the speed killer.
Inefficient.
And here it's all just the upper body motion. So your body is just standing up and then hitting. So essentially you're not using the lower body that well. And then you should not go down in the backswing. You can go slightly down, but then have to push it up.
Extend.
Push your body up, okay, during the backswing. So slightly leaning this way and then push up and then stand on the right side during the backswing. So in the frontal view, the legs should appear quite straight like this.
Both of them?
But in your case, you are currently going like this. So instead, yeah. So let's start with the shun dance. So you will dance with me. Put your arms here. And then you will shift the body this way here, laterally, both ways. And what you have to remember is that from this position, so now the knees are slightly flexed here. From here, as you shift, straighten this knee here. Yes. Then in the frontal view, this is a straight, this also appears straight because you're shifting the pelvis this way. Yeah, this is good. So this way you will be able to stand on the right side here. So you should be able to do this. Okay, and then left side the same shift and then, yep. Again, so right, left, right, left, right. Oh, actually this motion is really good. Better than about 80% of people. So just remember again from this position, if you just extend the right leg by moving the pelvis and then extend the right leg, you're going to this position. The same thing here, both ways, right, left, right, left, right, left. Yes. Yes, the key here is currently you're doing it really well. The key is when you push the ground, then the shoulder turns both ways. Yes. So remember this. This is the way you move your body, okay? Again, so now let's have a continuous motion back and forth. So left, right, left push, right push, left push, right push, left push, right push, left, right. Okay. Now put the arms down. Left push and reach out, right push and reach out, left, right, left, right, left. And keep the hands together instead of going wide like this. Just put it together. Throw the hands this way, throw the hands this way, throw the hands this way, this way. Yes, you can do that. Why in your golf swing you are not doing it? And then when you swing the arms, no need to intentionally try to do this. Just try to throw the arms by using the lower body action. So throw the arms, relax the arms, throw, 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 throw. Yes. So in order to throw, if you are turning this way, then this leg will push the ground and then turn and throw. Turn and throw, turn and throw. And then when you have a good image of throwing the arms, then what happens is when you turn this way, you are actually opening the left shoulder instead of closing the right shoulder. Still, it's the same motion, turning motion, but in your imagery, from the closed position, try to open the left shoulder here, instead of quickly turn here and then try to close the right shoulder.
Keep this more passive.
So open this way and then open the right shoulder, both ways. So to have the image of throwing the arms and open the leading shoulder, and that way the same. So put equal effort in both directions.
Okay.
Backswing, people tend to rush to downswing. So generally ignore the importance of the backswing. But actually backswing is really important. So in the backswing, good throw action here. And then push the ground with the right leg. Throw and have good wind up here. Okay? So again, throw both ways. Throw your arms both ways. Right, left, yeah. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Okay, so now the downswing motion is really good, but in the backswing motion, also assume a little bit of reverse pivot posture here. That means your upper body is leaning this way at the end of the backswing. Yeah. So what happens is it's like a K shape here. This side is straightened. Yeah. So by straightening this side, you'll have a little reverse pivot posture. And then when you throw the arms, you will be able to reach out high up and touch an imaginary switch here. So throw and then touch, reach out, and then throw and then reach out, throw and then reach out. Yes. Yes. Yeah. So now what you're doing really well is you're actually pushing the ground with the leading side in both directions, right? And by pushing the ground, you will be able to reach high up here. And the reverse pivot there. So in order to have reverse pivot here, at the end of the backswing, if you want to have reverse pivot, try to give more pelvis motion. This is all you need. So instead of intentionally try to lean this way, just to give enough pelvis motion, automatically you are in the reverse pivot posture.
Well, the head stays.
Yeah.
Okay.
So your head doesn't have to move that much. More is pelvis motion. But if you try to achieve that reverse pivot position by having the pelvis back here and then try to go here, it puts a lot of burden on the spine. Yeah? So your pelvis has to move enough to assume a good position here. So again, so go to left, reach here, throw and reach, 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 throw and reach. Yeah. So if there's a metronome, if the metronome is ticking, then always the key is tick, tick, tick. So at the tick, you are moving the hip up by pushing the ground. By extending the leg, you're pushing the body up, tick, tick, tick. This motion. Your body motion is really good right now. So let me record this. So try to swing both ways, reach out high. Swing, swing, throw, 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 good. Throw, throw, stand up, throw, stand on the right side, stand on the left side, stand on the right side, good. You will be impressed. Now, it's very different. Yeah. This is your initial motion during the backswing. But now, yeah, that's the difference. Then with that, if you drop the club head this way, it never goes this way. No crossover. Okay. So when you have this reverse pivot posture here, it's easy to drop the club head this way, behind your back. If you start from here, no hit to the right. Okay? So this is really important. Now, so remember that body motion. And this time we are swinging the rope back and forth. Okay? But here the key is throwing the rope both ways. Again, as if you're throwing the arms here, throw the arms both ways, you're throwing the rope. If you throw the rope, but hold this end here, then the rope cannot go forever that way. It will move this way and then come around your body. So it has to come down under your armpit here. Swing, the same thing. Swing. So all you need to do is remember this body posture and then just give enough speed to the rope. So throw out, throw out, throw out, throw out, throw out, throw out. When you give enough speed, then it will automatically go around your body. So swing back and forth. Instead of going back here, remember this motion here. So throw and keep this arm higher instead of going here like a baseball batting. Not here, but here. So feel the motion of the rope. The rope goes around, then just throw and reach out here, that the rope goes around. Faster. The rope motion should be faster. And here, actually, in doing this, you don't need to use your arms a lot. Because even if you keep your hands in front of your body, instead of going like this, in front of your body, but if your pelvis turns enough, shoulder will turn enough, you're already here. So without using the arms much, when you turn the body, already your hands are about here. Then just to flex this a little bit, then it will go a bit more. So don't try to bring this back here. Okay. Almost they have the image of keeping your hands in front of your chest. So instead of going back like this. Okay, try to keep it in front of your chest.
The hands.
And then give enough speed to the rope. So the key is motion of the end of the rope. The end should move fast enough around your body. Throw enough, throw enough. And then with that, okay, you're limiting the arm motion. With that, your body's going down here. Remember the reverse pivot posture. So the key is, for the moment, what you need to pay attention to is throw the rope fast enough. As long as you give good speed, automatically it will go around. Okay. So your goal is to move the rope really fast. Okay. Remember, we need to push and then reach out, push and reach out. Instead of reach out, throw, reach out, throw, reach out. You have to have more time at the end. Motion should be fast, but at the end you should have more time instead of rushing. Reach out. Imagine the switch. Imagine switch here. Throw and then touch the switch. Throw and then touch the switch. Yes. The push the ground with the leg, right leg, left leg, right, left, right, left, right, left, and then make the rope a bit faster. Throw both ways, throw both ways, throw, push, throw, push right leg, throw, stand on the right, push, stand on the right and throw, yes. This is how it works. Instead of going to the tuck position here and then try to use the arms, push and then stand tall here. That doesn't mean you extend your body this way, but maintain the spine axis. But by pushing the ground, you are bringing the hip high up. And then wait a bit more here. Give enough time to reach out and touch the switch and let it go. Then you will be able to use your body better. When you rush down, without enough time here, and then rush down, always use your arms. So the goal is to have enough time here so that your body is ready, and then the downswing here, you'll push the ground with the left leg, right? So try to reach out, throw out that way, throw out this way. Again. So make the rope fast enough, but you have to have more time at the transition both ways. Mm-hmm. Yes. 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 Oh, this is good. Swing, swing, swing. Feel the rhythm. Swing, feel the rhythm. Swing, swing. Yeah, feel the rhythm. Reach out, stand up, reach out, stand up, reach out, throw. Reach out, throw. Yeah. Look at this. Now the way you're moving your body. The lower body motion is really helping the upper body turn here. The lower body is a lot more active now. It's really helping your upper body motion. This is the idea. Okay. So if you awaken your lower body, if you awaken your legs, then swing becomes a lot easier because now you're using the cannons and missiles you have here. These are big muscles here. But if you try to win a war with the rifles only, it's hard. So these are rifles here, but the cannons and missiles are all down here. Okay? So you have to awaken the leg muscles. This time, let's add on here. So if you want to swing harder in the downswing, instead of trying to put a lot of effort in the downswing, try to have more wind up here. More active wind up.
More active.
Boom, boom. The wind up will give you faster downswing. So add more wind up now in the backswing. Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. And then bring the hands a bit higher, reach out in the backswing. Let it go, let it go, wind up, let it go, let it go, let it go. Yeah. So it's like a Vijay Singh, Vijay Singh, Vijay Singh. Vijay is 2 syllables, so it's easy to exaggerate it.
2, 1.
Yeah. Yeah. So sing is a burst of action. Let it go. But Vijay here with the exaggerated Vijay, you have more time up here. Don't rush down. You have to create enough wind up here use good range of motion here. Then when your body is ready, then you'll be able to let it go. But before the body is ready, we try to go down. You're using the arms, pulling it down. Okay? So use that tempo again. So backswing, we have exaggerated BJA. Yes. Throw, yes. BJ, sing. BJ, sing. BJ, sing, yes. So now when you exaggerate this, while you're having more time, your body is pushing and your body is ready, so let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Now let me record this again. This is really good. So remember that rhythm, Vijay sing, Vijay sing, okay? Vijay sing, Vijay sing, Vijay sing, Vijay sing, yeah. So in the Vijay, all you need is have a good wind up here and reach out and touch. Yeah, and then you're ready, and then let it go. Your hands can go a bit higher here in the backswing. Okay? Yeah, look at this. Now the body is moving really well. Your left leg is pushing and then throwing. So let's go to your initial swing here. Now I'll record from this direction so that compare that with your initial swing. So do the same thing, but remember have a bit higher VJ and then reach out and touch the switch, imaginary switch here. And then ready and then let it go. Ready and then let it go. Okay, go ahead. Good push with the right leg, let it go. Good push with the right leg. Is push, let it go. Push, let it go. BJ, let it go. BJ, sing. Yeah, look at this. Now you are awakening your lower body. There's a huge difference here. So more than anything, you have to feel the rhythm. Okay. If you have this internal rhythm, well-developed internal rhythm in your swing, that you don't rush and you can use the lower body a lot better. Okay? Yeah. So this is yours. Take it with you. And then work with the rope. It can be a good warm-up tool, or before you play or hit the ball, sometimes when you use the rope, it will give you good flow and rhythm. But the bottom line is that the fundamental motion here is a push up and turn, push up and turn, push up and turn, push up and turn, push Vijay sing, Vijay sing, Vijay sing. Throw the arms in the downswing. Throw. Throw. Yeah, so that's the rhythm. Try to keep that rhythm. And then here's the orange whip. So orange whip is similar to the rope in the sense that it is flexible, but not as flexible as the rope. It's heavier than the rope, heavier than the club. So it's easier to feel the motion of the end of the whip. The nice thing about this is it's well balanced, so the weight is not too much toward the head. So here again with this, while you are swinging the orange whip, imagine that you are swinging a rope. You have to wait until the rope comes here, right? Okay. So again, feel the push and then go up here and then let it go. Push and let it go. Maintain the same body motion. Push, push both ways. Backswing should be faster, and then bring the hands a bit higher. Currently, the hands are too low. A bit higher. Yes, swing. Now, what's really good now is you don't have much crossover. So go to the top of backswing. Don't be afraid of keeping the end down here. Okay. If it goes this way, it's a problem, it's crossover. But when it comes down this way, it's no problem. So giving a bit more range of motion is okay. So now, so in order to do that, you have to keep the hands a bit higher. If you go here, okay, it's too low, too flat, and then you tend to rush. So using the feel the motion of the whip here, throw and then let it go all the way here instead of going to this position here. Let the whip go around your body. Pay attention to the motion of the end of the whip. Yeah. Yes. Faster the backswing and enough. Wind up. Let it go. And then when you do the end of backswing, if this stays low here, then club head tends to go this way. So drop the head behind your body instead of keeping here and then going this way.
The head.
Yeah, you have to keep the upper arm horizontal like this. No need to keep it tight here. This actually causes a lot of trouble. It limits the range of motion. You have to rush. But let it go all the way here. And then drop the head behind your back instead of going this way here. So there, almost you have the image of dropping the head behind your back here. Yeah. So you can keep the hands a bit higher in the backswing. But the bottom line is feel the motion of the end of the whip. It's going around your body. Yes. And then at the end of the backswing, slight reverse pivot posture. So push good with the right leg. So particularly when you have slight reverse pivot posture, it doesn't go that way. It will come this way. But if you lean this way, and then you keep the hands here, then the head goes this way. But slight reverse pivot posture, using the right leg push here, go to this position, you can drop it this way. So at the end of the backswing, slight reverse pivot posture, and then drop the head behind your back. Yeah, swing. Now, as you do, one thing you have to feel is that whether your lower body action is really helping the upper body turn. Whether your body and your lower body and upper body are going all separately on their own, rather, or your lower body is helping the motion of the upper body. Swing, swing, instead of So you have to use your lower body to promote good whip rotation or the upper body turn. Okay? So try to use your lower body to promote good upper body turn. So that's why you have to pay attention to the motion of the end of the whip. Throw using the body. Swing through, yes. Swing through, yes. Yes. Wait a bit more at the top, at top of backswing. So give enough wind up here, your body ready, and then good right leg push in the backswing. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Swing around. Swing, turn around this way. Turn, throw it this way. So if your hands go low in the backswing, if you go this way here, then your body tends to lean away from the target, and always the swing goes outward here. So even if you keep the hands position similar, but if you go to reverse pivot posture here, then it goes a bit higher. Okay. With the same hand posture here, if you are leaning away, then it stays here. The club goes this way, but if you push the ground away with the right leg, and go to reverse pivot posture like this, then with the same hand position, the club is going and the club moves a bit more. From there, just turn around instead of in the downswing. Don't try to shift this way. When you have reverse pivot, already you have shift motion here. With the reverse pivot motion, you are already shifted somewhat here. So from here, just to kick the ground and then throw instead of on the way down, try to shift it this way. So that shift away and then recenter. This recentering should be done as part of the backswing. Shift away and then recentering here, and then kick and then throw. Instead of when you introduce the shift motion late, then you have a power leak. So your lower body is not helping your upper body turn that much. But if you time it well, so shift motion is done earlier, then in the downswing you can just concentrate to throwing action here by kicking the ground. So again, go to a reverse pivot posture. This time, just think about that. So even with the same hand position, when you have slight reverse pivot, then the club head goes this way here. And then from here, already your body is somewhat shifted this way, and then your knee will be slightly flexed here by kicking the ground and just a turn here, and then let it go. Yeah. Feel the rhythm, up and down motion. Feel the rhythm, yeah. Swing, 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 swing. Oh, you're tired already. So let's have a break. But so here's the idea. Always you have a good backswing, active backswing, let it go, and then go to slide reverse pivot posture. This will give you a lot of things already.
Fix.
Yeah, but if you are going here, then in the downswing you have to slide and then swing. Okay, you lose the power. We have a lot of sensors in the body. So as you move, the sensors will tell you something. Okay, it will tell you how you are moving your body. And all you need to do is listen. If you listen, then you will know what you're doing. And whether you are using the lower body to promote this turn motion here, or your lower body motion and the upper body motion are all going separately on their own, you can easily figure that out by listening. So you have to really pay attention to what your body is telling you. The sensors in the body are telling you. Okay? So when you control your body well, that means you are taking advantage of the information, and you try to reprogram your body motion. But if you don't listen, or something is telling you, but you listen, but you don't process it, then there's no change in motion.
Right. You can't feel it.
So more than anything, when you swing the whip, if you pay attention to the motion of the end of the whip here, it's going around your body, let it go, going around your body, and let it go, going around and let it go. So you can actually guide the end of the whip along the swing plane you want to generate. But if you don't pay attention to that, you will do certain body motion, and then dictating the head motion, incorrectly because of your body motion. But if you pay attention to the end of the whip motion here, if your goal is to guide the end of the whip along this plane, let it go, let it go, let it go. You're using the body. Okay? So pay attention to motion of this.
How's the plane, how's that determined?
The simplest way to look at it is, here's the ball. If this is your driver, initially when you set it up, then draw a line from the ball to your elbow, the right elbow. That's the typical swing plane. Okay? So, and then when you comfortably move the whip around your body, you will tend to follow that plane. Because if you go steeper, you have to lift your arm intentionally, right? If you want to go flatter than that, your pelvis will collapse here. So if you have active leg action and comfortably repeat the swing back and forth, that means you are generally following that plane. Yeah. But the bottom line is you have to move the club head along that plane here, adjust your body motion so that the whip is moving along that plane. You are in this position here, right? Instead of your body is dictating the whip motion here. But if you pay attention to whip motion here, head of the whip going here, it's here. Then you will have to have a proper arm position, right? So listen to your body. So pay attention to the motion of the end of the whip. You want to move the end of the whip along this direction here. Again, reverse pivot, reverse pivot, reverse pivot. Yes. 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 Yes, the reverse pivot posture is really important because when you have a reverse pivot posture here, and then this shift is already done as part of the backswing. All you need is just to let it go. But if you lean this way here, then as the downswing starts, you have to shift and then try to turn.
Yeah, so push down and then turn.
Yeah, so use the right leg push. If you push the ground down and outward, using the right leg, and then at the end of this push, automatically you have this motion here. So this shift is coming from the right leg push. Push, and then you're here. That's the end of the backswing. Already, left knee is bent. With this, by kicking in the downswing and throw. Use the right leg push really well. And then, so wait until left knee is bent, and then turn instead of turning early. So go here, and then go to this position, then kicking the ground and then turn instead of. So you have to wait, you have to delay the turn until the shift is done, and then kicking the ground in the throw. So that's a big difference. And then try to throw the whip hard using the leg. Throw, 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 throw. Yeah, so currently you have a little bit of a crossover. That's inevitable because considering your initial pattern, in your initial pattern you had a lot of crossover, but now it's a lot less. So this is good. This is okay. The bottom line is use your legs more. Okay. So let me record this. So feel the rhythm, and then by using the body action here, throw, throw. So the throwing action should be active by using your lower body. Swing, 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 swing. Yes. Yeah, the whip is heavy. So also one thing you have to pay attention to is instead of try to dominate the whip motion, so let it go all the way. Then it will have less bending. So minimize the bending here. When you try to dominate this, head is going this way, you're forcing it this way, then it has a lot of bending. But if you wait until this is completed, because of deceleration here, it will bend a little bit, but minimize the bending. Wait until this is done, and then let it go. Wait until this is done, and then let it go. Instead of, yeah, so give a bit more time. VJ, yeah, with the exercise of VJ, let the whip go all the way. and then start the downswing. So pay attention to the tempo, the timing of the downswing. Yes. Wait and throw. Wait and throw. BJ, sing. BJ, sing. That's the idea. That's the idea. Okay? So minimize the bending. Okay, this is good. Now we'll do the same thing, swing back and forth with the club, but now the club is rigid. It has a little bit of bending, but compared to the rope and orange whip, it's almost rigid. Then, when it's flexible, then it'll go a bit more. Even if you're holding it here, it'll go a bit more. Because this is rigid, if your hands hold the club here, it will not go further. So you have to, your wrist has to allow it go. Okay. So at the end, you add the wrist motion here. So body motion and the arm motion and then wrist motion at the end. Always the wrist motion is going at the end, not at the beginning. Okay? So with that, keep the club head about here. It passes the horizontal position down here so that you can see the club head in your peripheral vision. Okay? So swing back and forth, but let the club head go enough. Do not rush and then let the club head go. Feel the rhythm. Because your hand stops here. Club head wants to go, but because you are stopped here, the club head cannot go this way anymore. It's moving this way here. Intentionally drop the club head behind your back. Yeah. Again. So you have to move, you're changing the way you move your arms here, and then drop the club head behind your back. Swing, 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 and give enough time. Swing, throw, throw. Still have a little bit rush here. So again, pay attention to the motion of the end of the club head here. So when you have from here enough motion here, if you let it go, it'll go here. It'll go here. But because you are locking your arm here, it cannot go any further and then turning this way here. This is easy in this position. This is tough because you are holding it tightly here by anchoring the elbow here, holding it here. Then it cannot go any further this way, so it's moving this way here, this crossover. But if you let the head go all the way, you have to adjust the hand position so that the head can keep moving all the way down. So you need to change the way you do the backswing. This is not good here. Let it go. So drop the club behind you. So it may be, you may feel it, the excessive backswing motion. That's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah, we were just trying to move the club head along the correct plane here. So drop the club head behind your back as much as possible. Yes, like that. Yes, like that. Yeah. That's good. This time you're limited.
Oh, good.
So the first two are okay, but then you stop here. Again, feel the motion of the club head. This is what you need. So you have to move your body in such a way that you maintain this motion. Swing, maintain this motion here instead of you're holding it here. You're limiting the motion. Then moves this way. Because it cannot go this way anymore, but you have room in this direction. So when the club head goes crossover here, and then when you start the downswing, it's hard because it introduced the motion perpendicular to the swing plane here. So if you have excessive backswing here, but still the head is close to the swing plane, no problem. It's only a matter of changing the direction and then let it go. changing the direction, then let it go, right? But if it goes perpendicular to the swing plane, it makes the swing really complex. Unless you come this way first and then coming down, if you somehow start the downswing from here and going this way, it changes or it dictates the club head path in the downswing. So the best is, at the end of backswing, still keep the club head close to the swing plane. That means that you have to preserve the direction of the club head motion and go here. That's why you need this reverse spiral posture here. Then it'll be easier to maintain this motion. And then, how much you go, it doesn't matter. And then you can just change the direction here and then let it go. But if you go here and then you stop here, so the club head goes this way, you are making your swing a lot more complex than necessary.
Just let it go all the way back.
Yeah. So pay attention to the club head motion. Preserve the motion path of the club head. You're going down, remember. Push the ground with the right leg so that stand up and then go to this natural reverse pivot posture. But if you go down here, you don't let the pelvis go this way. Always your body is leaning this way. You are limiting the arm motion here. From this position, you cannot do this. But push and then stand tall on this side. You're here. So ultimately, this is what you have to practice. So from here, yeah, to this position. And if you just let it go, then easily you go this position. But always, then it stops here.
Yeah.
So just maintain this motion and then turn the body about the spine axis here. Turn, automatically you're going to this position. The head stays close to the swing plane. So maintain the club head motion instead of try to dictate the motion. So by using the club head motion, you have to adjust your body motion. Again, let's go slowly. So from here. So from here, if you go to backswing, first the shift to the right, and then turn around, and then let it go all the way, go here, right? Automatically your body is a slight reverse position, reverse pivot position.
Right here.
Yeah.
And where am I right now? I'm like,
So normally what you do is leaning this way, and then the hands going this way. It's a baseball type posture. But again, if you go slowly and then preserve this motion of the club all the way, and then you're going to this position automatically. Yeah. So, again, go to slow motion, but try to preserve. And relax your wrist a little bit. If your wrist is too rigid, then again, you cannot really follow the same plane here. So as the club head is moving, you have to adjust the wrist position and the arm position, everything. And then maintain this motion here. But if your wrist is rigid, then already you are dictating the motion of the club. That's better. So when that happens, because this time your wrist was a bit soft, right? So you can maintain this motion, and then the club head is here along the shoulder line here. Although it's a bit flat, but that's okay because you maintained that motion. Yeah. So at the end of the backswing, always the thing you have to fight is, it's not about quickly coming down here. You have to fight that urge. Rather, the goal of the backswing is give enough wind up here. Give extra shoulder turn. Give enough wind up here. This is the end goal of the backswing instead of. Okay? Backswing is backswing. But if you let it go all the way here, then you already create a good initial condition for the downswing. So it's not about quickly going down here, but rather the purpose of the backswing is to go all the way up here, give an extra shoulder turn and all the way in here. Or the left shoulder goes all the way this way. So do not fight. Slide the easy wrist, and then let the club head continue the motion all the way. Your body posture is leaning away. Again. Oh, this time it came down here and going this way. Your right arm is coming back like this. Instead, let the club go. Let the club go here. Instead of
Around.
You're guiding it this way here. That's why it goes this way. So using the momentum of the club and the arm, throw. Remember the rope is flexible, so you cannot manipulate. When you throw it, then the rope will go this way here, and then go around your body. The same thing. Let it go, and then here. Instead of, this is what you have to fight. And then the best is to assume the reverse pivot posture by pushing the right leg good, and then reverse pivot. The pelvis is not going enough. Let me watch from here. So once you go here, if you stop here, then still you're leaning here. Yeah. And then let it go more. Yeah. So let's practice this. Put your hands here. So let's shift to the right, and then turn by pushing. Okay, first when you shift, and then you shift your right knee is bent slightly, and with that push the ground, and then that generates its turn motion. And this push is down and outward. Then the force acting on your leg is up and this way. By using that push, and then you're introducing this motion here. This is the end position here. Again, so go here, push, and then come here. Does that make sense? Yeah. And then you have to go that way. So shift away and coming back. Yes. Push away and then coming back. This is the end position of your backswing. So here. The coming back here. Instead of staying here, push and coming back. This has to happen as part of the backswing. And then let's see. Your stance is a bit too wide. So narrow your stance. Yeah. So comfortably about your shoulder width here. So from here, shift and then turn and going to this position here. This is the end position. Yeah. That position. Yeah. Then automatically you are here, so kick and then turn. So in the backswing, using the club here, you're already here, then just turn and throw. So, And you
do that like 1,000 times.
Go ahead. It's late. You're already here. No. You're already here, and then try to intentionally go here. But instead, while the club is about here, already you have to start this motion. Here. Before the backswing is completed. So for that, start from here. Start from here. Turning the shoulder good. Turn around the shoulder. And already you're here. But you see your right arm is down here. So all you need is just let it go all the way. Then the club will automatically go to this position. No need to worry about this here. Okay, all you need is just throw and then let it go all the way. Then you just move your body here instead of try to manipulate this with your arms.
Okay.
Not this, but let it go and forget it. If you give enough speed, then it will already go this much here. And then shift it this way instead of you try to manipulate this because your wrist is tight here. So this is what hinders the progress of your swing. Always you try to manipulate it with your right arm here. Let it go. So the club motion, forget it. By giving enough speed, then let it go. And pay attention to your body motion. So again. So all you need is, particularly when you have continuous motion, all you need is go here and just give fast enough backswing. Then let it go and forget. Okay? Active backswing. Instead of fighting. Again. The right. So let me record this, and then you will see where your right hand is. Okay, keep doing the same thing. Ready, go. Yeah, here. So at the end of the downswing, your hands are here, okay? But then if you go to the backswing, you see where your hands are. The club head is going this way. And then when you start the downswing, the club is already moving away from your body here. It's leaving your body. You have to hold it. So when you start the downswing, you're letting it go here. Instead, you have to keep the club close to your body, and then here you have to let it go. So make a big arc on this side in the downswing. So go here, add the wrist motion at the end. Come down here and add the wrist motion at the end here. So that you make a big arc on this side. They keep the club closer to your body here. Instead of
casting.
Bring it here and then throw. Okay? So keep the club closer to your body at the end of the backswing, at the beginning of the downswing. That's better. So at the beginning, you are starting the downswing with this arm action here. That's why the club is going that way. Go here and keep the arms here. Use your body turn and then throw the arms this way instead of keep it here and then throw this way. Remember, we're throwing the arms out. So part of the reason why you're losing the speed is because you have a lot of effort here. Unnecessary effort here. Let the club go. And then try to bring this in here. But instead, here and then throw. So here it's just the dropping. On this side, the club, you are just dropping the club here and then throw this way here. This way instead of giving speed here. Keep it closer and then throw this way here. So when you start the downswing, you have to keep the club closer to your body. Okay, no arm action here at the beginning. Okay. Just to turn the body and then throw this way. That's why you have to relax your wrist and then give the wrist motion at the end. That will give you a good wrist cock. Then the club will stay close to your body. Come down here and then again wrist motion at the end. The wrist motion goes always at the end. give enough time, VJ enough time. Wait until this is completed and then let it go in one action. More time at the top. Here, let me record this, the posture at the top here. So ready, go. Yeah, okay. Here, what happens is you are doing this motion here. This motion here. Instead, drop it this way. But you are having, at the end, you are turning the shoulder flat. So let's do this. Put the arms in front of your body. So lean forward here. And as you go to the backswing, try to keep the left shoulder low here and going this way here. Yeah. So do not drop the shoulder this way here. Go this way. And then your goal is to put the left shoulder in as much as possible here by turning here. And then also in the downswing, by opening the left shoulder, you are throwing the arms here. Throw. And then as you go here, if you lean this way, then this happens. So
Keep tall.
your head position, if this is the frontal direction here, and at the top of backswing, your head should not go this way here. This is the forward direction. Your head should not point this way, but rather head goes this way here. Here. If your head goes this way, then already you are leaning this way. So now, again, do it. Go to the top of backswing. So that's good. That's good here. Yeah. And then turn in the downswing. Yeah. And in the downswing, you have the active turn here. In the downswing, once you have this position here, in the downswing, you should be throw. It's not this motion here, but rather, and then boom. Build the tension and then burst of motion here. Okay. Throw, yeah. Throw. And then throw left arm, left arm, yeah. Yes. That's the motion you need. Instead of doing this here. This is what you need. Instead of try to do this. When you have active right arm, always try to go here and then do this. The club goes away from your body early. But if you are drawing a sword from the sheath here, going this way instead of cutting something. So throw the sword and then throw this way. Then you should be able to throw your arms more this way, not going that way. Okay, so again, pay attention to the left shoulder motion. Yes. 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 So kill the urge of using your right arm. Instead of pulling and then closing this side here, you're opening the left side. So again. Oh. Keep the left arm, if the left shoulder goes in, bring the left arm more this way here. Okay? Instead of going this way here. Yeah. Then your right arm should be in this position. But if the left arm comes in here, this happens.
Okay.
Yes. So throw and then maintain this, and then let it go. It came in already. So you have to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So in order to go more this way, when you move this way here, go a bit flatter here. Start from here and then go here. Okay?
Okay.
So go a bit flatter here, and then using that, move the left arm here. Instead of go here, your left hand is coming in too much. That's why. Go more laterally this way. Again, yeah. You have to adjust the body motion. You have to adjust the body motion. You have to control the body motion. That's okay. That's okay. That much is okay. It's coming down this way as you repeat. Because that's what you're accustomed to. But unless you really change that, it's hard to change the overall pattern.
Okay.
So remember, if pay attention to the club head motion, the left arm motion here. If it discontinues, then it'll go here. Right? Here. But if it comes down here, then here it's hard to throw this way, so it goes that way here. Here. So go more forward this way. From here, turn left more. So try to do that. So let's exaggerate this.
Okay.
So this way, go more that way, and then swing this way here, toward the left side of target. Oh, still your hands are going that way.
This way?
No. If the backswing went that way, then on the way down, bring the hands close to your body here. Turn this way here.
Okay.
That way you will be able to bring the club this way. So just follow the flow. No need to intentionally create that motion, but if you just pay attention to the club head motion, overall the club head is going slightly outward here and inward. Don't try to intentionally create that motion, but just feel the flow. On the way down, keep the hands a bit close to your body so that you can easily turn this way. Yes, like that. And then wait. Why are you holding the club that tight at the end here? Remember, if you want to maintain this motion at the end, your wrist motion should be added here. So maintain this motion. But if you hold it tight here, you stop here. It's not going anywhere. Let it go all the way by easing the wrist motion here. All the way, turn this way. Turn this way. Okay? You have to also add the wrist motion so that the club can smoothly move along the way you wanna move. Okay. So you have to change your body motion to allow the club head move the way you want. Again, try to throw the club head more toward me here. I'm on the left side of the target right now. Okay. More inward. If you want to come more inward, then you have to keep the hands a bit higher instead of going back. So look at this. If you have truly the right intention, so let's say I want to move the club more inward. Stay away. So, yeah. Then I have to guide club head more here, this way, and then turn it in. Bring this in here. But if you are back here, it's hard to turn this way. If initially you're already here, it's hard to turn this way. So you have to go out. So if you want to swing the club out, that's okay to keep it here. But if you want to swing in, then it should be more this side here. Swing here. Now this is square. This is square. This is outward. This is outward. you should be able to control the direction. But if you keep going that the same position,
Inside.
you cannot change the direction. You should have a complete control of your body motion. You should be able to control the direction. So again, try to swing it to the left side of the target. So I want the inward alignment of the swing plane. No. The backswing, try to reach more out this way here. Remember, reach out. Instead of bringing this back here, reach out and then throw this way. No, you have to guide your hands properly. Go to the top. Instead of coming this way, if the hands are here, then it's easier to come down. Okay? So depending on where your hands end up, if your left arm goes here, then your hands are here. Or if you go this way, the reverse pivot posture, this is easy. And then from here, if you come down, keep the hand close to your body, you'll be able to go this way. You should be able to change those things. You should be able to control those. You are the one moving. Again, listen to the body. The goal is to throw the club inward. If this is the square plane here, I want you to keep the swing plane somewhat inward. That means the club has to go here. If the club goes this way, your hand goes this way, it doesn't make sense. Your hands actually have to go more that way.
So like there's a...
Here, and then come this way. You here higher, and then go flat, higher and go flat, or flat and high up, flat, high up. You should be able to change these. So pay attention to your hand motion. Unless you change the hand pad, you cannot change the, yeah. But you keep doing the same thing with the arms. That's why it's not changing. Again, the goal is to create inward swing plane now. Here. One feel is this here. In your case, your club head is always staying farther away from the swing plane than your hand. If this is the swing plane here, as you go, hand stays close to the swing plane, your club head is located away from the swing plane. Instead, bring the hands away from the swing plane here. Keep the club head close to the swing plane here. So you have to go this position instead of this here. The hands are low, so the club head is moving away from the swing plane here. Instead, bring the hands up and then let the club head go down.
From the swing plane.
Yeah. So in the backswing, you have to move the hands a bit higher and then drop the club head this way. From the beginning, you are ignoring this aspect, but here, once you start from here, once you start the backswing, okay, the hands stay higher, the club head stays lower. So from here, relax a little bit. As you start, try to bring this way. Your hand stays higher, but if your hands stay low here, then club head goes this way. Instead, more this way. Yeah. Go all the way back here. Yes, like that. Yes. So now continuous motion. Reverse pivot at the top. Reverse pivot. Oh, with that, we went back. Again, reverse pivot, but keep the hands a bit higher. Again, so this is continuous motion. Instead of just here, go here as you continue create this motion here, and this motion. Yes, swing. On the way down, in the downswing, try to keep the hands close to your body and then throw the club left. Yes. The hands are going again down here. So here. Hands go a bit higher here. And then the hands will come down and then swing this way instead of letting it go. So here, bring it down. The hand motion plane is about 10 degrees steeper than the swing plane. So if your club head moves along this plane here, the plane your hands are moving is about 10 degrees steeper. So if your hands follow the swing plane, then your hands are too low. High up here. And then here you will be able to maintain fairly parallel alignment of the club to the swing plane here by bringing the hands higher and dropping the club head here. But if your hands follow the swing plane, the club head always stays more away from the swing plane. Then it gives you a crossover. So this is something you have to change because that's the image dictating your swing here. So when you're continuous motion here, hands are going a bit higher and drop the club head backward here. Instead of hands stay low here, then your club head goes this way. Then it's hard to go downswing because you go here and then you have to swirl around. But if the hands go a bit higher and the club head stays reasonably close to the swing plane, drop the hands and then let it go. Here and then drop the hands and let it go. Let it go. Instead of, if this goes low, so your hand position is too low. You're too close to the swing plane. Essentially, you are moving your hands along the swing plane. That's why this happens. Then you end up flat here. The club head goes away. Rather, your hands are moving away from the swing plane, 10 degrees steeper here. So the hand stays above the swing plane. You try to keep the club head closer. So you have the feel of dropping the club head behind your back. So again, easy wrist. Create the necessary club motion and then move the hands here instead of having this steep wrist and then keeping the hands close to the swing plane. So you have to use the wrist motion here. So the hands go high up here, drop and then turn. Go high up and then drop and turn. Go high up and drop and turn. Okay, instead of just going this way. Head, this goes high up, drop and turn. High up and drop and turn. High up and drop and turn. That way you can actually use your wrist better. Because you have this motion. Let it go. Let it go. Instead of just to go here. Let it go. But you need to move the hands higher than the swing plane. The club follows the swing plane. So the club keeps following the swing plane here. Continue this motion, but hands goes a bit higher here. Then naturally, you're in this position. But because you always move your hands along the swing plane, or even flatter than that, then usually what happens is the club goes here, it goes flat, but at the end it goes crossover here. Or from the beginning, it goes away from your swing plane and then goes this way when the hands are too low. Bring the hands higher, let the club go a bit flatter. Continuous motion. Yes, and then on the way down, bring the hands a bit more closer to the body so that you can swing toward me. Toward me. Yes, turn this way more. Yes. Yes. Oh, it was okay, but then as you repeat, it went low here. So this is something you have to practice a lot. Okay. So again, this is the main obstacle you have. That's why you keep doing the same thing here. But let's say if the club heads, you relax the wrist, the club head will follow this path here, right?
Yeah.
Let it go all the way that way. Your hands are going slightly higher here. Come down, go up, and hands come down, go up, and then hands come down. Instead of hands together, go flat. This happens, or this happens. Instead, keep the club head, follow the path, but your hands has to move slightly up here. So you're in this position. On the way down, drop the hands and then let it go. Drop the hands and let it go. So keep the hands a bit higher. The 10 degrees is steeper than the swing plane. So again, yeah, for a while you were doing well, but then as you repeat, you went back to the old one. So you have to pay attention to this. You are the one who can change the whole thing.
Can you have an image? The swing plane goes all the way back?
So let's say if you maintain the club motion, the club head motion, you're here, and if your end goal is this position here, the club head will follow this continuous path here.
It's like a big circle.
Yeah. Your whole goal is to let the club head move around your body here. That's all you need. That's the image you need to have. Let the club head go around your body instead of using your. If you move your body improperly here, you are dictating the club head motion. But if your goal is to move the club head around your body here, this is the club head motion. And then if your hand goes too low, then you have to adjust the things. But if your hand goes slightly higher, all you need is have this motion here. Then club head maintains the motion. Your hands go slightly higher here. Then you're in this position here. Then you can really drop this. But in your case, you're going this way here. This posture versus this posture versus this posture here. The head goes this way. This here. The hands are higher, but dropping club head behind your back here. This field here, instead of this here. Because you are going to this position here, the club head goes that way. But rather, imagine this. At the end of the vacuum, if you want to point the club that way, okay? Now, if I keep the club this way here, turn, it goes here. So in other words, you are actually keeping the club this way here. And then turn 90 degrees and the club head will go that way. But if you keep the club this way here, turn this way here. You have this motion here. Instead, this motion. This is what you need. So from here, this is what you need. Here. And then turn in this position. Instead of this. So you come here and show me that position. So without turning the shoulder first, just to try to keep without the turning. If you go to this position, then turn the shoulder 90 degrees. Remember this posture here. So if you don't turn your shoulder, then essentially the club is pointing backward here. You have to keep it this way. Okay? Yeah. Only this much. Then when you turn the shoulder 90 degrees, it's going this way.
And what am I doing?
Oh, before turning the shoulder, just move the arm. So do not turn the shoulder. Just move the hands this way. And then you are maintaining this position here. So when you have 90-degree turn, the club head goes that way. Yeah. So you have this motion here. Yeah. This motion. Instead, so as if you are dropping the club head behind here, then turn the yaw into this position. And then you can go with more here. This is what you need. For that, your hands has to move higher, keeping the club a bit lower. Yeah. So if you have a continuous motion from the setup position here, this is all you need. When you have enough shoulder turn, drop the club this way here. Not this way. But you are essentially going this way. Because the body is leaning this way and your right arm is going to this position, the club goes here. But instead, yeah. Again, try to move the hands a bit higher and then drop the club backward. The hands has to go high up here. When you just move the hands like that, the club head also is going that way. The club head motion is still going this way.
The hands.
Then hands are going up here.
Got it.
So you have to have continuous motion. And the weight, yeah. Bring the hands a bit higher. Drop this and the weight here enough so that the backswing motion finishes. You are rushing down. Stay there. Reverse pivot posture, slide reverse pivot posture, and then let it go. And then no need to drop this side here. If you are from here, all you need is drop the hands and then let it go instead of, okay, again. So make it continuous. Now, easy wrist and then continuous motion. Maintain the head motion, but bring the hands higher. Bring the hands higher. Yes, like that. It's getting lower. Yes. Throw, and then good wind up, throw. Wind up, throw. Yes. So what happens is here, even though your hands are moving up and down quite a bit, your club head is moving along this fairly close to the swing plane. So dropping the hands and then let it go. But if the hand stays close to the swing plane, then the club head moves away from the swing plane. It's a lot more difficult because what's hitting the ball is the club head. You have a really complex club head motion. Simplify the club head motion while lifting the hands a bit higher.
And keep the club head on the swing plane.
Yeah. Not exactly on the swing plane, but slide away, but still it's close to the swing plane. So you are simplifying the motion of the club head. You are simplifying the motion of the club head. But if you have a crossover here, ultimately you have swing plane here. Then you have to bring back to swing plane and then come down here, right? If you fail this at the beginning, then you are starting from here. Then you are moving from this off-plane position and then just to continue the swing. That's why your swing is going outward. But if you keep the club head relatively close to the swing plane, it's okay to move the hands high up and down here. It's a lot easier to move the hands and then let the club head move along the swing plane versus hand stays on the swing plane. Then you try to manipulate the club this way here. Then the club head goes all over. Keep the club head close to the swing plane. Hand can move away. That's okay. And then dropping the hands. Because your body can easily control the hand position, you have good control. But this is long here. When this is away from the swing plane quite a bit, you have to manipulate this. But if the club head is reasonably staying close to the swing plane, hand is moving up and down. This is a lot easier. Boom. And also you can use the wrist muscle. to add the club head speed. So always try to maintain the club head motion and then just bring the hands a bit higher. The higher. Yes. Throw in one action. Wind up, throw in one action. Wind up, one action. Yes, that position is a lot better. Yes. Keep swinging that way. Keep bringing the hands there. Swing. It's getting lower. Bring the hands higher. Yes. Look at this. Now see how simple your club head motion is when you do that. The club head motion is a lot simpler. This. At the end of the backswing. This is the previous one. Club head is moving here and then start the downswing there. But the last one, when you lift the hands a bit higher, okay, backswing plane and downswing plane are quite close to each other. This is the idea. Because it's a continuous motion, so backswing plane, downswing plane should be similar. When you start from here, then the backswing plane and downswing plane are different. But when you have continuous motion, then essentially you are moving along the swing plane.
And that's from the club head through the elbows.
Yeah. So again, let's compare the previous one. Hand stays low, then club head moves away. And then the backswing plane and downswing plane are quite different here. This is the backswing plane here, but already the club head is moving up here. The club head is moving this way here. That's why the club head goes high up. But in this one, this is the backswing plane, downswing plane just coming back. The swing plane is a lot more consistent. Simply because you are letting your hands go high up and then drop the club head this way. But if you insist to keep the hands low here, the club head goes here. Then you are making your swing a lot more complex. So you are the one who is causing a lot of trouble. Okay, again, so just to feel the motion. Bring the club head along the swing plane, but move your hands up and down and preserve the swing plane back both ways. Ultimately, the goal is to move the club head the way you want, right? So preserve the club head motion by moving the hands a bit higher. Yes. With that, at the end of the backswing, you have a bit extra time there. Yes. Whoa, that looks really good. So now the club head is beyond the horizontal position, so down here, which is good. But still, it's not going that way, but more close to the swing plane here. That's what you need to practice. If that's done, along with the good push from the right leg here, then your swing plane becomes really consistent here. Let it go. By moving the hands up and down, but let the club head go along the plane. Just give a good wind up. But if your hands go low, it just causes all the trouble. Again. This is a slight crossover here. Yep. So while you are moving the hands a bit higher, use the wrist to promote the club, dropping of the club. So if you don't use the wrist, then the arm motion just dictates the club motion. But if you use the wrist here, you can compensate the hand motion. Hand goes slightly higher, but when you use the wrist motion here at the end, you can still maintain the club head motion. Yes. Now your downswing plane is very different. Yes. This is the idea. So this is what you need to practice a lot. Okay, it's a lot of swing today.
Yeah.
But this is how you reprogram your swing motion. You should be aware of what you are doing correctly or incorrectly. But your main problem is the hands go low here during the backswing. And in order to bring the hands low, your upper body is also leaning this way here. But if your goal is to move the hands a bit higher here, you can actually move the hands high up here or go to the reverse pivot posture here naturally, then automatically your hands go a bit higher. But then by using the wrist motion, move the club head this way, drop the club head behind your back. Instead of just going rigid the wrist and then try to move the whole thing here. Instead, you have to adjust the wrist motion here. As the hand goes high up, a bit higher, you are using the wrist motion to maintain the club head motion along the swing plane. So again, go home and then use a plywood or something and create the swing plane. And cut out here. You stay inside. And then slope, control the slope the same to ball to elbow angle, okay? And then you are moving the club head along that plane. And then try to move the hands a bit higher here. 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 Push this side up. Push this side up here. Instead of this motion here. Okay. Yeah. So your hand plane should be steeper than you think. And then the club head, you maintain the club head motion. So the goal is moving the club head just around your body here.
That's it.
This is all you need. For that, if you move the hands a bit higher, it's easier. There is a limitation here. Anatomically, if you keep just moving this way, you cannot go any further here. So the arms have to move up anyways. But in order to make this motion more, you lean forward, you lean away. And then with that, you can continue this motion a bit more. But that's why it promotes leaning away. Okay? Because of the anatomical limitation, you cannot continue this motion any further here. But if you lean, you can keep moving the hand flat here. But instead, just to try to turn the trunk about the trunk axis here, and then just to bring the arms a bit higher, and then to bring the hands higher, but you can certainly make the club head moving along the same plane here. But this is actually good for your wrist motion because with this motion and then let it go. Let it go. You can use your wrist at the end here. And then give wrist motion here, come down, wrist motion here. Go here, wrist motion. Always the wrist motion is at the end. So one last swing here. So swing back and forth. So again, your goal is to move the club head around your body, but bring the hands a bit higher so that club head motion can be really consistent. Oh, yes. 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 Now the swing plane is a lot more consistent with that motion. Swing, good, wind up, let it go. BJ, sing. BJ, sing. Yep. Yeah. Your swing plane is more consistent now. This is the confidence you need. Look at this. Look at the club head motion.
Much better. I'll work on
So that way, the whole body is moving more in an orchestrated way, instead of just try to use this. Okay.
Okay.
So it's important to know what you are doing correctly, what you are not doing correctly. And then what is the main cause of this problem? First, you have to improve the way you interact with the ground. But with that, you have to get rid of the tendency of bringing the hands flat here. This will promote leaning away. It causes a lot of trouble. That's why you go down here. It's easier. But the club is here, and then you try to swing from there. But instead, push well with the right leg. and then drop the clip here.
BJ, sing.
Yeah. BJ sing. BJ sing.
Okay.
Okay? So keep working on it and send me some video clips.
Okay.
So I want to see how you progress.
All right.
Okay?
Thank